Fear is the mask of desire, and fear is a universal human experience. Everyone who says they're not scared of anything is either lying to you or lying to themselves. Now, we might not use the word fear always. We might dress it up and we might say stress or concern or worry. But dig down deep enough, and it's that tension point between caring about something enough that it matters and how much we perceive we can control. What we can influence, what we can't, where we feel powerless against the tide, and our fear of the outcomes, the consequences. To reference one example, AI and creative entrepreneurs. AI has moved into our lives quickly, and a lot of what it brings is useful. Real help with real work, a great study partner, a faster way to learn or build or create. And plenty of people are genuinely excited, and they have reason to be. That part is real. But then, what do we also do with the human? Because there's another current running underneath. Fear, anxiety, unsolved questions, the sense that change is coming faster than we can metabolize. Am I behind? Am I going to get replaced? What if I get this wrong? And then all of what I'm doing is either wasted effort in the end anyways. What if I can't compare? That fear narrative is normal. Feeling it doesn't make you weak. The fear is information, and it's telling you that something matters to you. The real trap is pretending that you're fine or freezing until you feel ready. It's like paralysis by analysis. Both keep you stuck. But there is a third path, and it's not denial and it's not panic. Honesty. And it lives in the body. By honesty, I mean a clear-eyed look, a centered stance to see what's actually going on. The real version, underneath the catastrophe loop, and underneath the polished version you give anyone who asks how things are going. When you take a look at what's happening and you ask yourself what information the fear is pointing to, the honest answer might be, I haven't really tried yet. Or I tried it once and then I got nervous. Or I'm pretty good at the basics, but I have no idea what's coming around the corner. All of these are fine. Every one of them gives you somewhere to push from. The same honesty applies to what you bring to the table. So the ability to look at a real inventory of your skill, not just what your insecurity or your bravado wants you to believe. So your relationships, your judgment, your curiosity, the wisdom, essentially, that you've earned from reps in the field that no one can take from you. And just as important, it's worth noting your gaps. The places where the next chapter is going to ask for something that you haven't grown into yet. Things that you don't know. Things that make you feel stupid or like a beginner all over again. And especially where there's no roadmap. So if you want a faster read on where you're actually operating from right now and how you metabolize pressure, aka fear, that is what our Somatic Skins quiz does. It's free, it's a tool, the link is in the description for you. When the situation we face and our capability are both seen and held honestly, the fear changes our character. It stops being a wall and it becomes a starting line. The relationship with fear doesn't change. The relationship with yourself does. And here's where you can start right now. Bring aliveness back into the body, especially if you've been numbing. This might feel worse before it gets better. Emotion like fear is felt as pain. Learn to be with it without losing yourself. Then, underneath of that emotional weather, sink deeper. Past the reflex, past the noise. There's a thing underneath of there. The place where you're most afraid to look. Find it. Name it. What is the one thing that you've been avoiding? Say it plain. Don't soften it. It could look like something like I'm avoiding X because I'm afraid of Y. Now, take inventory starting from that one thing. What do you already have in your arsenal that applies here? Don't forget to count the experience you've earned, the relationship skills that hold. Where is the next chapter asking you to grow? That gap is your next step. That's it. Now do the thing that's hardest. Act. Take 7 breaths if you must. The samurai of old used it. But choose and act. Choice and action go together. Your choice doesn't even need to be the right one, because in taking the action might reveal itself to be wrong. But then you don't get better at decisions by avoiding them. So the action after the choice reveals the next clear point, and so on. Learn to move with fear, not from fear. Something deeper. When you finish the one brave action, notice what shifts. The fear may still be there, and that's okay. But now you're back at the wheel. That is what I mean by this third path, what it looks like in practice, in one context. The fear is real. The fear is important. The fear rides along. But as we like to say it, you command. If you want to look at this, not in concept, but in real practice, we are actually going to dive deep into this exact thing, fear and avoidance, in our first event of the fall. But that first event is going to be called Poison Path. And it's all about reclaiming power from that which we avoid. It's going to be baller. Anyways, as I said, the Prestige Fall season is built for the visionary and the leader at the edge and the coaches who coach them. We cover the current of aliveness, the avoidance, the bold action that changes everything, the shadow, and the body as the vessel of power, all in this fall season. All events are custom built for the members walking them. So all of that in one 4-month stretch. You're welcome. Plus elite personalized coaching to you, and where you're feeling called to evolve personally and professionally. There is nothing like this. So reach out so we can connect human to human.